Hey guys, Spitz here. It's been a really long time, but I've been doing a lot in my personal life, changing careers, so I haven't had time to upload videos. But I'm getting time back to do that, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm mostly going to focus on GT Sport, because I really love it. I love racing. In fact, I go to the sports car track down the road whenever I get a chance, usually at least once a year for the big races. Just because I enjoy it. So that's what I'm going to focus on. So yeah, the plan going forward is to upload. I'd like to do it weekly, guys. On Tuesdays, so that way I can be consistent. You can have time to watch them, you know when it's going to come out, and I have time to actually get something done and it's not garbage. The time will be about 12 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and that will be Eastern Standard Time. And that's going to be pretty much the rough schedule. I don't have time to do a lot of the Sport Online Series races, because unfortunately they take place like real late at night. I'm usually working, so I don't have time for that, unfortunately, at the moment. I hope to really get involved in those at some point in the future, once I'm done with schooling and everything, and actually have more time for myself. So for now, what I'm probably going to have is a lot of like the daily races, which is actually what you see me here like qualifying for. Yeah, and I just threw this video clip in, so that way I have time to tell you guys what I'm doing with this channel, kind of where I'm heading with it, and the reasoning why. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of daily races. Online races is, some of you maybe message me or whatever, I will be more than happy to join a lobby, start a lobby once a week or whatever, and we can all kind of get together, have fun, do some good online racing, because I'd really like to have a community where it's people having fun with the cars, actually helping each other out. Say you're not really good at a track, but someone else really is. Let's have fun and go to that track and maybe help each other a little bit. That's kind of what sports car racing is about, just being together, kind of really going as fast as you can, kind of claiming all the glory that you can, but still helping each other out. Yeah, so whenever I'm racing, the goal is to have as clean as a race as possible, because that's always going to help get a better result, and because I really want to enjoy it. So that's kind of my philosophy going into all these races, and kind of like an underlying fact of how I want to go about it. And there will be times when I don't do that, and I'll be happy to post it, and we'll post it and be like, hey guys, what do you see? You know, kind of call me out on it. What could I have done a little bit different? Because, you know, I'm human, we're all human, we all have those moments where maybe we get the red eye monster and we kind of get a little too aggressive going down into it, or just kind of forget hey, just let it be, you know, there's more turns in this race. So again, that all goes back into that whole thing of what I'd really like to have come of all of this ultimately. Just a good racing community where we're out there racing, still pushing the boundaries, doing everything that we can, but ultimately a group of people that are there to have fun. Some other random facts. I actually have a controller, that's all I use. So if you're kind of looking at me, kind of seeing the steering wheel kind of hem-haw around, it's because unfortunately I can't be as smooth as I would really like to be with the controller. So yeah, there's that out of the way. I don't use traction control on most of the cars that I drive. I know one or two I do, but that's about it. Alright, so here we are getting into the race. Like I was just saying, I really want a good race, and that's kind of what I'm going to focus on going into this first corner and just for this first lap. Kind of just not really ruffling too many feathers. Just get in there, have a great clean first lap, position myself to take over positions later on as other people crash or maybe they have their goof and then they go running off the track, because it's real easy. I'll be honest, it's actually really nice to finally be back online and racing again. Yeah, it's kind of like, oh man, how's the series going? Because I've seen the news. Alright, and here we are, back underway in GT Sport Online. So far, it's been a really clean start. I don't see anybody rushing up from behind me. You know, I'm just watching these guys in front. What are they doing? How should I position myself? I don't see anybody diving. Oh, there's one. Always one diving. Oh, speak of the devil, someone decided to come up on the inside of me to have a look, but ultimately they didn't hold it, so we survived that first corner. I got second corner. But anyway, so far, lead pack up front is just kind of all single file, just going around. Ooh, is Killer gonna have a look? Oh, those guys, they're just kind of going at it. So I guess I might just want to lay back, kind of let them sort it out, because they've been kind of little rambunctious, kind of shoving on each other. I don't want to get involved in that, because these cars, I don't know, it just felt so different from qualifying. It feels like it's heavy with fuel now compared to like the qualifying. That's something I noticed in several other sessions after this, actually, is the car was heavier. I would have to brake much sooner because it was just want to brake, just carry all that weight into the corner compared to qualifying where I could just really get on the brakes and dive into and attack the corners. I couldn't do that in the actual race. Alright, so there's those guys. They're still going at it. Just, I don't know, the positioning of how they're attacking each other. It's going to come to a head at some point. I just kind of want to be where I can kind of take advantage of it, but I don't get involved in their mess. You know? But overall, it's been a great first lap. Really happy. So I can't complain. I'm kind of surprised that I'm keeping up with them because it's been so long since I've raced. I thought I would be much farther back in the pack. So very pleased with this. So just trying to keep touch with them at this point because, you know, they're in much faster cars than I am. Alright. So I'm speeding it up here just because I'm playing around with some different stuff, seeing what works better. Because these guys, they're just playing cat and mouse with each other the whole time. Just back and forth, kind of one here, one there. I don't know. It's good. This turn, even offline, it's just a killer. When he makes the dive for it, he gets it. Ah! No, and then Killer bumps him. And, yep, and there's a penalty. That was definitely more than light contact. Whether it was intentional, I don't think so. I think he was just caught off. But either way, it works for us. That's one position we were able to take advantage of. Now we're just waiting, and there he goes. Pulling over for that penalty. Thank you very much. Sorry about your misfortune. And now all we have to do is maintain it. Actually, we're catching up to the guys in front too. But Spitz, you blew it. All you had to do was make it through the corner. And I just overshot it, and there he goes. He says, "Thank you for that position back. I'll happily take it." No, good for him for taking advantage of my misfortune like I took advantage of his. Now, it's still actually very hopeful about this entire race even after that, because I was noticing, hey, I was catching up to the lead pack, despite this being my first race back online. So it's like, alright, you know, it's just getting back into the rhythm and keep going, which is a really big thing, just get into a rhythm. You even hear professionals talk about it. Just gotta get in the rhythm, don't overdrive the car. Alright, so here we are coming in. I really like this last section of the track. Just the whole floating right, then the left. Coming up to this really tight chicane, gotta float it in. Kinda get that last right corner right. Otherwise you're in the barrier, where you're just kind of all sideways and then not set up to maintain top speed on the straightaway and really take advantage of how long it is. Oh. No, I'm not gonna do it this time. Nope. He kind of ran a little wide there, but it really opened the door for us, and that's all that was really needed. Gave him the squeeze, but ultimately enough room, and there he is. God, that Bugatti. Just that pulling power of it. Just like, I'll take the straightaway from you. Yes, and you will. Try and look up the inside here a little bit. Position just in case he braked early. Nope. Alright. Just kind of see what happens now. We're all on the last lap. Lead group, we're all still pretty much in touch with each other. Oh, there he is, defending really heavy, learning from that mistake, making sure he does not give me that opportunity. Kudos to him, for sure. good driving, keeping it clean. Just really working that car, both of us. Now we're playing cat and mouse. Who's going to get who and where? How close is it going to be? Heaven forbid one of us make a mistake. It'll be over almost at this point of the race. Alright, here we are coming back up to our favorite turn where we got the position from him originally. It looks like he just overdrives that corner just that little bit by, I don't know, 5 feet or so maybe. That kind of allows us to catch up a little bit, but then the acceleration in that Bugatti just all more than makes up for it. Not happy with the exit of that chicane right there. Definitely allowed him to pull away on the straightaway. Was not carrying the speed that I wanted right here. At this point, I'm just... It's kind of like, oh, what could have been? What's this? He ran wide again. Oh, thank you. Let's have a nice little drag race. I can't believe my little... trying to block. That's blocking. But ultimately, a really good race that I was very impressed with, actually. Hats off to a Wholesale there. I actually really enjoyed racing him for those last 2 laps. Just kind of side by side whenever one of us would make a mistake, but we both kept it clean. So yeah, really glad to be back online. Thank all of you guys for tuning in. And I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Peace.